Hey guys, Kelly Follis, Andy Wise, Lake Muskoka Realtor, coming to you from Lake Muskoka. I hope you can hear us. It's taken us like 10 minutes to set up this silly video camera. Anyway, we're getting lots of questions about what the heck's going to go on with this market, and we are definitely not saying this is actually going to happen, but here are our thoughts. So I think that's $1 million question. It's August the end.
24th?
Yeah, it's the 24th of August right now. The next few weeks, everybody is obviously running out summer on their dock, particularly because it's 1,000 degrees in Ontario. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of new inventory. We can certainly tell you in trying to book photographers that they are slammed, which tells us that I'm going to guess inventory probably just after Labor Day.
Pick up after Labor Day.
Yeah, so I think people probably just don't, I don't know. It's no different than you guys. If you had a dock and you wanted to sit on it, now's not the time to have showings in your cottage and have to tidy up, etc. So I think you're going to see what we'll say a lot. Historically, it's not going to be like just droves of new cottages, but I think you'll see some people who are done with their cottage life. Maybe they're moving on to something else. So you're probably going to see some pretty good properties come up over the month of September. Weather's supposed to be nice. I looked ahead the other day. Yay, September. So I think that that's one thing that's going on. You want to chime in and add anything else to that thought?
I'm on the same page. People don't want to clean up and get out of the cottage for showings before Labor Day.
Right.
So when kids go back to school.
Yeah, when and hopefully for all you guys, your kids are going back to school. So I think the other thing too is pricing. So there's still, listen, there's no shortage of demand. I think that's one thing that people have to understand is that we have oodles of buyers ready to go. Everybody's pre-approved. If you aren't pre-approved, we've got great mortgage people we can hook you up with, but you definitely want to get that out of the way. We are seeing a lot more conditional sales, and by a lot more, like sort of 20-25-ish a day. Some of them are land and they're conditional on other things. Inspections starting to creep back in, but I'd say, in a lot of these instances, in order to actually secure a cottage, you do need to have a firm offer. So get your financing all in order before you even gets to that. So that it's just honestly, it's just more stressful to you if you don't have it, because you're running around and they ask a zillion questions and it's annoying. So when you're under a time crunch, you don't want to be doing that. So get it out of the way early. But I think that in terms of pricing, it's going to be interesting. I think we're seeing some properties sit around. I don't know, what would you say the average day on market is? I actually haven't looked it up this month, but maybe like 10, maybe 5.
Yeah, depending on the holdback situation.
Yeah, some things are still in holdback.
10 and 20, and then it's like a firm deal.
Yeah, so I think, it's definitely not a month to things are selling. So, I think a lot of stuff, it's either sitting out there and it hasn't had a price drop. We're winning a lot of offers swinging low. We're not afraid to do that and offend anybody. But I think that there are some people who are probably holding off until after Labor Day. Then they're going to drop their price. Otherwise, they're just sort of sitting there with inventory that isn't moving. But we are seeing in the last 2-3 weeks, I'd say, a good number of price drops on stuff that I think we kind of thought was overpriced to begin with. So there's still, people have different ways of valuing places. Some people look at comps, some people look at what's sold next door, some people look at land value, some people look at building value. There's all sorts of different ways people do things. We've got our own methodology, and I think that over the summer, I think definitely Q1, everything was super inflated because nobody knew where the hell the world was going. We're kind of off that ship now, and I think value is starting to come back into it. We've always said to all of our clients that the latter half of the year is the better time to buy, because you're not paying that premium to sort of use it. So we've crossed that timeline, and I think that you're going to see sort of things come in line. Do I think there's going to be a huge price drop? No.
I think value will stay the same. We'll just see more stuff realistically
priced. Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. So I think the other thing too is you had, just to give you an example, like you had people comping, other realtors comping off bully offers. So like if something was, we'll use very round numbers here, if something was $1 million and somebody decided that they wanted it before the offer date or they wanted it immediately or whatever, like we were seeing things this summer that were like $1 million, somebody would drop $1.5 million like instantly day one, or $1.75 million or something, and then say the cottage next door was exactly the same, which is like never the case. They basically were like, okay, we're going to sell because, Joe Blow next door just sold. So our cottages are the same. So we're going to list it at 1,750 if that's what it sold for. And like, that's just not realistic. I think that's the sort of stuff that we're sort of saying is going to like go by the wayside. That cottage might be listed at like, I don't know, 1.2, like something that's just a little bit more, the smidge of reality, I guess, is the thing. So I think we're going to see more inventory. We're going to see prices sort of smooth out. How do you feel about holdbacks? Like, I think this is maybe, hopefully, a dying trend.
Maybe. I mean, it does give people a chance to see them.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think, a lot of, again, it's the media and the perception. I think the media sort of trails these stories. Like, there was a story the other day on Cashy Lake. Like, everybody's talking about it now. Like, I think the media paints things in a different perception, and they're not real time with what's happening. So, if you have any questions about any of this, like, we're here. You know how to find us. Just reach out. Hopefully you can hear us with the waves lapping in the background. I think that all those things are going to happen. So make sure you're pre-qualified. Make sure you're on our list. Make sure you're getting our drips. If the auto emails are annoying and you're not, like, we changed a lot of them to come like as the inventory came out, because it is kind of time is of the essence. But if that's annoying to you in any regard, we can put them back to once daily, etc. So just let us know how we can help, and we're here. I would love to guess how many properties we've seen this summer. Eddie and I have been we've been a good clip. I honestly think we were averaging like 25 a week in the early days, and I mean, it sort of died off because it's hot and we're lazy right now, but I think that's all sort of happening. So I think we'll continue to see things as they come out, and we certainly have a good handle on what's out there and how things stack up. So don't be afraid to ask any questions, and we're here, and hopefully we can help everybody find what they want. The other thing to note too, the residential market, if you're on the residential side, I think we'll pick up into the fall. I think once there's some sort of certainty as to whether the kids are staying in school, I feel like it centers around the kids. There really hasn't been much. It did pick up a little in the spring, and the sort of, there's here or there listings, but really, like, in terms of residential up here, there's not been that much. I think that is, it'll start to turn. The other market that people are always asking us about is rentals. So I would just caution you that if you're looking for a rental property, there's lots of great options, but you don't want to be in like outlying Muskoka generally. So, a lot of those smaller lakes the prices are quite inflated now. So I would reel it back in, and let's have a conversation about it. What else can we add? It's a lovely sunny day in Muskoka. Anything else? No?
We summed it up.
Yeah. That's kind of the update from the end of August, and hopefully we'll be more consistent. I think there will be a lot more to update you on in terms of the market as we go through. So we'll try and do this maybe on a monthly basis. I just put it out there, so Andy's going to make sure that happens. Okay, have a good day.